Hey guys, it's me, Pete, and I'm calling from the future. I have to tell you that just about everything you're about to say about bad behavior in this episode is wrong. I got to visit Sri Lanka right after we recorded this, and while I was there, I got to witness something pretty amazing. The entire sky at one point was filled with bats, just like it was in the movie. The kicker, this happened right in the middle of the day. I'm going to post this video on our Facebook page and in the library section of our website in case you'd like to see it. But I'm going to leave all of our bat misinformation in this episode just for posterity and because, well, it's actually kind of funny. Also called John Brugan so he could weigh in a little bit and help clear some of the misunderstandings up. And you'll hear that during the episode. And yeah, future me is hanging up, and past me will talk to you in about 40 seconds. Jones!
Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute, the podcast in which we get to the heart of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor.
I'm Pete Mummert.
I'm Jerry Porter.
And I'm CD to Guardia.
Welcome. How you doing?
Hey, I'm pretty good. It's pretty nice in here.
It is.
I like it. Yeah.
Is the temperature okay for you? We can,
Yeah, I like it when it's a little cooler, so it's good. I like it.
I see that Pete didn't cut the crusts off your sandwich. I apologize for that.
No, I'm very upset about that.
No Jim.
Somebody messed that up in Raiders too, right? We're 0 for 2 on crust cutting offs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I did carve the Bosque pear though.
That was chilled. It was nice. Well, we'll somehow deal with the sandwiches as we talk about minute 31 of Temple of Doom, which begins with Willy sniffing herself and ends with her confusing an elephant with a baboon.
Now, I have a question specifically for you, Tom.
Oh, I love this. I love it when the question's for me.
There we go.
Does waving your hand through the air like Willy does with the elephant eliminate your bad smells?
No. It just wafts them in different directions, but they always land on my face.
They do. Well, apparently, it does actually help dissipate foul odors and effluviums.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Wow.
It actually, it actually, as silly as it looks, or as it looks like sort of a symbolic gesture, or just like, oh, get this out of here. Sort of thing. It actually, Lord, what happened in here? But it actually does, apparently, scientifically move the bad malodorous molecules around in a way that they dissipate more rapidly.
Wow.
So my point is, Willy actually is using some proven scientific technique here.
Well, that's instinct, though, I think. Even your basest animal is going to wave its paw to try to get rid of the smell.
I was gonna say, is that the number one preferred method for dissipating odors, or was it just up there?
Well, she didn't have a stick up or a...
Yeah, I think given the situation, well, look, she is actually remarkably creative here with the getting the perfume out.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I've got a lot of problems with the perfume. Can I make a critique about this movie?
Sure.
The perfume. The perfume makes me nervous when I see it going onto the elephant's head. For some reason, I get the impression that it's like that the feeling of the perfume on the elephant's head hurts it a little bit, like it stings or something.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
I see that.
He's got like very dry, wrinkly skin, and I picture it like getting into like the cracks in his skin or something, and just like hurting him.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty considerable amount on there too. That's
the other thing.
Yeah.
She's talking about how it's so like expensive, and she's like just like gulping it all over the place and just dousing the elephant with this expensive perfume, and it seems weird to me.
And she's wearing Indy's tuxedo jacket around her, right?
Yes.
So she's brought this perfume and transferred it to his jacket for just this kind of thing.
yeah.
I mean, that's what I was wondering. I mean,
Maybe that's why she's carried the jacket, so it has she has a pocket.
yeah.
Oh yeah, she probably didn't have pockets in that dress originally.
What else do you think she has in there?
Like a
Just one thing
pocket
of
knife.
perfume, or
Yeah.
anything? Yeah.
Probably like lemon ginger tea, right? As a singer.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the
Some
pipes
fried oatmeal.
going. Yeah.
Right.
And given like Jerry talked about how smart she is, maybe like Norton Anthology of English Literature and
Oh, definitely. I can tell.
Dobson's Guide to Smell Wafting.
Yeah.
Well, but you know, perfume has a lot of alcohol in it, does it not?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it usually
Yeah.
does.
I've got a note
So
about
if
that
you're pouring
later.
that,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say that
Yeah.
the elephant has a reason, you know,
Yeah.
to be upset, I suppose.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, we lived in this town, and they had a zoo with an elephant cage, where the elephant was he would stand with his trunk over the bars, so you could actually like come up and pat his trunk. And my dad would like every time we would go, he would pose like he was karate chopping the elephant's trunk. And I don't know why, but one time he was doing that, and the elephant got mad, and he just hauled off, and he nailed my dad across the chest.
Oh
And,
my
like,
God.
flung him across
Wow.
the place, and he like had to go to he had like cracked ribs, and it was
Oh my god!
and it was.
Wow.
But I mean, like as a kid, like I was both like I was horrified and terrified, and at the same time I was trying as hard as I could not to laugh.
Of course.
But
that's
it just,
real.
I mean, he had it coming. Like you can't mess with an elephant. You can't mess with an
No,
animal.
I mean,
like I'm big on
They'll
that.
only take so much.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Man versus
as
nature.
we find out. Yeah. As Willie finds out, that's for sure. You know?
Yeah.
Man, I like that she fully believes that she's doing the elephant a favor too, though.
Yeah.
You know, like you should be happy, elephant. This is good stuff.
Yeah, like the elephant was upset that he smelled.
Yeah. Like, finally, here's this woman to help me.
Thank you, kind woman.
Yes.
I'll grant you
More,
3
please.
wishes.
But I love Indy's like slow and disbelieving head turn as she's doing this. Like the way he just very slowly turns back to look at her. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I just wonder about his entire, like, every look he gives her in this scene. Like I don't know if he's hoping she just kind of shuts up or goes away, or what he wants to do with her. It's
Right.
I can't even tell what he's thinking about her at this point. I mean, I know that their romance will, later, maybe, we don't know, go somewhere, but just
I don't
the way
see it.
he's looking at her. No, you didn't think it's going to, yeah, that's right. Drop her off.
I don't think it's in the cards
Yeah.
for these two.
Enjoy this.
Well, we've talked. It is a little dizzying, and we're not always. If we've talked about pretty much every minute, we're not entirely sure why Willie got on that plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you have any thoughts on that, CD, feel free to share them.
I don't know. I mean, maybe she was just caught up in, like, the whole, she was obviously with Lao Che, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lao Che kind of, dumps her in a way. I mean, he said, what does he say? Something about, get rid of the girl, I have plenty, or something like that, right? Like,
Right.
basically something
Yeah.
that she is of no importance to her. So maybe she gloms onto Indy. Okay, here's a guy who just grabbed me and stuck a fork at me. Maybe he's interested. Maybe this
got
could be
something
something,
going
right? He's got a little friend, like, it's an interesting situation. She's, and maybe maybe he just didn't have time to drop her off somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, obviously she was hooked up with Lao Che, and that is not a worthwhile connection anymore. So she's moving on with Indy. And I mean, she just hasn't had a chance to get away from him yet. At this point, they've been riding rafts, and
Yeah.
right.
But even if she had a reason for getting on the plane, why would he be like, yeah, please get on the plane?
This is a great
Yeah.
idea.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wuhan's ticket is spoken for.
Say, is that perfume? The expensive stuff?
Hey,
Yeah, we could use that.
yeah, let's bring
Yeah.
that along.
I could get $12 for that in Marrakesh.
Hey, you're with me.
Well, we also mentioned this last week, and I thought, I don't think anybody gave a great answer, myself included, but I thought after a weekend and, now we have a new guest, maybe we could cobble together a better answer. Why are they playing Short Round's theme here?
I don't know, but I had a note about that too.
And it is out there. It is like right up front.
Yeah.
It is loud.
Yeah.
It is like, it's not that Short Round hasn't been doing anything. He drove a car for crying out loud. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the time for his theme. But
Yeah.
it is. I noticed that too. It is definitely out there when they're focusing more on Willy. I mean, if anything, they should try to be taking the attention away from Short Round because I don't know if you guys. I was wondering this. How long do you think it would take you to change elephants? If you were riding one elephant and you wanted to ride a different elephant, you think what do you think the time limit would be there? Like, do you think you could do it in 10 seconds? Anybody?
Well, they have the mahout with them,
Yeah.
right? So they have the elephant keeper / trainer. So if he's gonna facilitate the transfer, then maybe 10 seconds.
You think 10 seconds?
I wonder in the case of Shorty, I wonder if like Indy could have just scooped him up off of his elephant and brought him onto his,
Yeah.
like without
Or
even
just
stopping.
let me just jump down to the smaller elephant, like,
Yeah.
but just why then? That they seem to be having a great time riding together. Then did the baby elephant just show up?
No, he started off on the baby elephant.
Did
but
he?
yeah,
Okay.
all
He
of a
left the
sudden
village on the
yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's off. He's okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like a Goldilocks thing. Like there was one for each size.
But then we thought, as of a few minutes ago, the conversation between Indy and Shorty about there's a whole cemetery filled with kids that we need to go save.
Yeah.
A whole graveyard, pediatric ward of kids over that hill, and Indy is like, those Sankara stones. What about
Those are
those? And we
something.
thought, yeah, well maybe. And Pete, you had a great theory, which I love, which is Short Round's the adult
Yeah.
in that situation there. So I'm thinking maybe we see a little bit more of that here, and Short Round's like, let me get off the baby elephant and make sure Indy's doing okay. Like, let me get up on his elephant and just make sure that things are kind of under control here. He was really whack last night, that whole Sankara stone thing. I mean, I know we're going to save these kids because that's the right thing to do, and I'm 10, and I know that's the right thing to
Right.
do.
And by the way, he says something here that is either tragic or merely informative. He's talking to his elephant, and he's inviting him to America. He's talking about how, when we get to America, you're going to come with me, and you're my best friend and everything and stuff. But hooray, we're going to America.
Well,
'Cause we were theorizing about that a while ago. We're like, wait, is Indy? Is he his dad now? Like, is he? When he goes back to Marshall College, is he bringing Short Round with him and sticking him in his luggage or something?
Yeah,
or
does Short
what?
Round have his birth certificate, or like is Indy like have some kind of smuggling route into the country?
Or,
Oh, yeah,
see,
maybe.
I think, look, Short Round would be an illegal immigrant here, and the circus may very well turn a blind eye to that.
So he knows he is the adult. He
Yeah.
knows right away that Indy's not looking out for him once he gets to the United States. He's like,
Right,
right.
he's like, I'm
and
on my own.
the real irony here is the circus may also turn a blind eye to child labor laws, which I thought was kind of funny because aren't we going to save a whole cave of children
Yeah.
working?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the circus also notoriously turns a blind eye to elephant cruelty. So we got all kinds of irony going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the child shows up with their own elephant, then that's a win-win for the circus,
Yeah,
right?
Have elephant will travel.
But here's the thing. I mean, even if Shorty sneaks past customs, he's not getting, quote, his best friend, the elephant, past customs.
That's
Right.
true. There's no
Yeah.
trench coat that's going to get that. Yeah,
No.
that's.
Although,
And
guys, there's the strong possibility that he's not going to America, that Indy's like, oh, totally, I'll take you to the United States of America with me. You hang out with me, drive a car for me for a while, and I promise I'm really going to take you to America with me. It's going to be great.
Aw,
You and me, Shorty.
that's horrible.
That is horrible.
But I'll tell you
sorry I
this.
said it.
I'll tell you this. Go ahead, Pete.
I was just gonna say, given what we know of Short Round in the next 3 movies, that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Are there any cut scenes of postcards from Shorty and, doing his year abroad or anything?
Now, how does the timeline work out? Like, how old would Short Round be in the later years? Like, could he be Indy's TA? Like, what could he be?
Oh, easily, I would think so.
Yeah.
In like Last Crusade, I forget what year Last Crusade is. Everyone's yelling at us.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I have looked ahead to the next few minutes, and we find out that Shorty has to be 7 or 8 years old.
Really?
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a question about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
If we just take into account time, like dates that stuff happens. But yeah, Jared.
If he's actually 7 or 8, he's still a damn Janus-faced liar. Because I don't care. Because check it out. First, he calls the elephant his best friend, and he gives him a Judas kiss.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then later on, he tells Indy that he, in fact, is his best friend.
Yeah.
Right? Later, like halfway through the movie or whatever, he tells Indy that he's his best friend. And I'm thinking, now, which is it, kid? And then I thought, or does he just have a short attention span?
Maybe.
And maybe that's his name, like Short Round.
That's why you think? Yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
he has like a short memory. He's like, the elephant's his best friend, and then like 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes later, maybe the next day, Indy's his best friend.
Well, maybe it's like picking your favorite ice cream flavor or something. Like, chocolate is my favorite. Hey, strawberry's my favorite. I love
Janus
you guys.
face.
You're all my best
I think
friends.
he's been living on the streets since he's 4. He knows the line to get sympathy, and so he's learned that. Like he's been telling people that for the
my
last.
best friend. Yeah.
He's playing people.
Yep.
I'll tell you this: he probably has a better chance of getting into America with the elephant than he does with Indy.
Yeah. Free kid and elephant. Get your free kid and elephant.
I don't. Maybe he didn't qualify it. Maybe like, you're my best elephant friend.
Right.
You're my best archaeologist friend.
And
He
also,
says it twice.
we shouldn't ignore the fact that the elephant doesn't speak English, so Shorty probably knows that, and he can say anything he wants to the elephant, and he's not going to offend it.
Well, maybe like Indy's been acting so childishly. Like maybe he's talking to Indy, like because he kind of turns toward Indy's elephant when he says that. So maybe he's talking to Indy. You come to America with me, you get a job at the circus.
He wants Indy to overhear, and he's saying, "Oh, you're my best friend, elephant. Forget that human man I hang out with. You understand me better than anybody."
Oh God.
I like that one. I think that might be it.
Could be. He's wily. That's Shorty.
He is.
I watching this minute actually, I propose a new bell sound.
Okay.
The lazy bell, which is probably a snore. Is probably a snore for every time, the writers or directors just get lazy. And I'm going to ding that bell right now. Listen, vampire bats are found in North, Central, and South America.
Yeah.
Pete?
Yeah, these are fruit bats.
Well, that's not even the laziest thing about it. It's also just lazy. Even if that was totally, geographically factual, it's just kind of like, I know about the vampire bats, and you're a dumb broad, and you think they're birds. And I just put you in your place. Somehow the audience is still on my side, even though I'm acting this way. I don't know.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I've been defending Willy from you guys this whole movie, and I've been like, I'm Team Willy. But I think she's been drinking that perfume. Like Jerry was talking about the alcohol content. Because there's no way that this scared Willy is going to look up in the sky and see it filled with vampire bats. It'd go, ooh, what big birds. And then Indy tells her that.
Yeah.
And she's still not scared. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh, bats.
Yeah.
So I think she's drunk.
Right.
I think her reaction
You
is
think
not-
she's drunk?
I think she's drunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is the Willy who is asking for a phone.
It's kind of, he says, first of all, vampire bats. And you're like, before we even get to where vampire bats are indigenous to, you'd say, it's like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, bats. I mean, what do we all know about bats? Now, there may be a few exceptions, and John Brugan will write in and be like, no. The Madagascar little tit bat actually gets out at 3 p.m. or whatever it is. But we know bats are nocturnal. They're nocturnal. Now, you might find a rogue bat flying and his sonar's off, whatever. But there's thousands of bats coming out in the day. You know what that tells me? They're birds.
Well, okay, but what about this? They actually filmed, I mean, unless this is a really good special effect that I don't think they're capable of in 1984, it looks like it's daytime and they filmed some bats flying around.
I'd say those aren't bats,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Not bats?
Well,
That's a
I
good
think
point, Tom.
it is. No, it is. We'll take that.
I mean,
to
I don't
John.
know.
Hi guys, it's John Brugan here. I'm calling in to set the record straight on some animal trivia. Jerry, I feel bad doing this to you. It feels like only yesterday that I was complimenting you for knowing that India has crocodiles and not alligators. But yeah, there are some bats that fly around during the daytime. I've seen them in quite a few locations, including Sri Lanka, where Pete recently was, and of course where this section was filmed. They filmed in Sri Lanka, not in India, because they couldn't get the permits for India. So there are a lot of different types of bats, and some fly around in the daytime. We call them diurnal. And these bats don't even echolocate. They have cones in their eyes, which is kind of useless for nighttime vision. And they depend more on their eyes and their sense of smell for finding fruit. So they're not hunting insects and mice and things like that. So, Jerry, they conceal this kind of information in books. So look it up next time. Okay, sorry, that was harsh. But a little quote from Lake Placid. You guys enjoy, and don't hesitate to call me for the next animal question. All right, bye.
Even if it is, I mean, you think about it. A, they're not vampire bats, although in India they do have a false vampire bat. But it's not a true vampire bat. It's actually known as the Asian false vampire bat. So then I thought maybe...
That's a very specific name.
It is. It's known as the Indian or Asian false vampire bat. So either Indy was misled and he thinks they're vampire bats, which don't exist in India, or he just is lazy and he's like, no, that's a vampire bat, but it's the false vampire bat. Or he's just only trying to scare Willy.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Although I want to see the
I think that's
deleted.
the only reason he's talking to her right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I want to see the deleted scene though, where Indy's like, "They're not big birds, sweetheart. They're giant Asian false vampire bats."
Yeah. That didn't test as well in Kenosha. So
No.
Well, it's not. I mean, she's not crazy. It is 1 p.m. So even, she's not crazy is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're all about Willy's intelligence in this minute.
I'll tell you this. In this minute, it is fair to say
No.
that we see Willy adapting here. She's playing ball because she hates the elephant smells. No problem. She doesn't scream. She doesn't wait for Indy to fix it. She improvises with perfume. And when Indy erroneously corrects her about the bats, she seems more intrigued. Yeah, she's kind of
does.
engaged. She goes, yeah, she's not scared. She goes, bats. And you're like, okay, she's trying some new pants on here. I'm along for the ride. Let me make the best of it. I'm not going to complain to Indy about the bad smell. I'll just improvise and, find an appropriate solution. It's a semi-appropriate solution.
Well, and maybe this was a test for Indy. Like maybe she's like, okay, because she is actually the brilliant one in the team. And she's like, okay, I'm going to test him. And she's going to call him birds. And he gets the answer wrong. And she's like, oh, God, now I got to play really dumb so I don't hurt his ego. So the rest of the movie, she's just pretending.
Pretty.
See, I think I might have given her too much credit. I thought she was trying to be optimistic and just enjoy, the adventure she's on.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Yeah.
Like Jerry said, she's adapting, but I just thought she was just kind of being, oh, pretty birds, and then she gets squashed by Indy. But she doesn't want to give it all up and go, oh, I'm terrified now.
Right,
It's like,
right.
oh, bats, okay,
I'm cool with that.
What is she really going to do about it in the end anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they didn't have a phone back at the village.
If only.
So she couldn't call her agent. We
Yeah.
talked about that, So now it's too late. So I mean, in a way, I give her credit in this minute. She's adapting and she's trying. She's playing ball.
She's pouring perfume on an elephant.
Yeah. And is this the only time in the movie she reacts in an understated manner?
Almost.
I don't know. I feel like she's. I mean, you keep painting yourself as the Willy apologist, but there, I mean, there are times when she's fine. When that's the thing I keep coming back to is Kate Capshaw is actually really good in this.
Yeah.
But she's given a lot of dumb stuff to do some of the time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I think there are times when she's like kind of, she does what she needs to do, and it's not like Jar Jar tripping over alien poop and stuff.
But maybe when she goes crazy though, she goes all the way out though. So I think that's what kind of sticks out her head is her shrilling it, everything she passes. And then we're we don't even know how to deal with it when she's being reasonable.
Right, we almost don't recognize her.
She must be
come
drunk.
up with like 5 different reasons for her to not be terrible.
Yeah.
We're just trying to sort it out.
She's poisoning herself with perfume. That's the only explanation for why she's kind of calm right now.
Apparently, that expensive stuff has arsenic in it.
Yeah.
She was fairly reserved. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. She was fairly reserved in the latter minutes of The Village.
Yeah, until she got on the elephant.
Until she got on the elephant, which was like bing doing ding.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a lot of like, plate dropping or anything. Like, yeah, when they were hearing the story about how the children were stolen and everything and the rocks and everything, but she was appropriately stunned and silent during that. Good for her. She's come a long way. Well, do we have anything else for 31? I can't wait to see how she gets along with this elephant. I'm sure they're going to become the best of pals, like Shorty and his elephant.
You were asking about her dress. You can see it. She's got it like on a chain around the elephant's neck. It's kind of hanging there.
She's not giving the dress up, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Good for her.
That's their luggage, I think. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all she has left, right? That and the perfume.
Yeah,
I mean,
that and the perfume.
Are we okay with the sweetheart?
No, I don't like any of those. I really don't like any of those.
I haven't been okay with any of them.
No.
CD, we've got some doll, we got some sweetheart. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, because he's also a short round's role model. It was short round going to get to America with his elephant and start calling, hey doll, hey baby, like he's got that to think of. He's got that to consider.
Yeah.
And I mean, he wasn't really much like this. I guess I don't know how we deal with the timeline here. Will he have been like this in Raiders? Does he? He doesn't treat Marion, however he treated her in the past is whatever. But
no. Well, Marion would kick him in the nuts if he tried that.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd slug him, right?
Yeah.
But
so do you did Marion had so much control over him when he knew her in the past that he's trying to make up for it now with Willie?
Maybe.
You think so?
Maybe.
Like maybe when he knew Marion before, she'd kind of put him in his place, so now he's like, now I can finally act.
Yeah. or if this is Indy's 007 turn, his white tuxedo and everything.
Right.
Yeah, we were saying back
a different
then,
girl every movie. Yeah.
Yeah, we were saying back then, maybe it's like, your freshman year in college and you kind of reinvent yourself a little bit. Like now he's like, hey, nobody knows me here in Shanghai. I'll be the cool guy who says doll and sweetheart and stuff.
I'm going to throw out a little bit of chauvinism.
Yeah. Yeah, my name is Indiana, by the way. Call me Indiana.
Yeah, or Indy. Minus the Anna. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's all in with that, isn't he?
He kind of is.
Yeah. Is
an
educated professor of, maybe he's not a professor yet. I don't know.
Professor of slang and lingo.
We surmised that possibly as well. Yeah.
Or do you think it's maybe it's kind of again foreshadowing, sweetheart? I mean, they're gonna, rip out this heart.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're
doll.
not birds, my still beating
doll.
heart.
Voodoo
Right?
doll, sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just kind of
yeah.
land some breadcrumbs for us to follow until little Hansel and Gretel bloody streak.
Oh my God.
Time moves forwards and backwards in dreams, doesn't it? So you can elements from things happen and come back. So
Yeah.
because they were riding single file to hide their numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Maybe it worked.
I don't know.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, Chris, where can people find you? I should have asked you before. Do you have anything to plug or anything? This will be edited out.
Yeah. I guess, depending on when this all happens, they might be able to find myself and Mr. Mummert at National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Days.
Oh my God.
Which, yeah.
Wow, Pete, you Janus-faced liar.
He told me he was my best friend. And he said, shh. And that or the this little project I'm trying to do called the Internet Movies by Minutes database.
Oh, of course.
Where we try to tie this whole thing together. That's imxmdb.com, and that will give me a push to actually finish it. So that'd be great.
People are coming for you now.
Yeah, I know, really. I don't know.
No, you're doing an awesome job of like cataloging all these things and like connecting them in different ways with guests and hosts, and it's kind of astounding.
Yeah, it's trying to just have it all make sense.
Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Pete, I can't remember if we decided that I would throw it to you or not. I haven't done
Well,
my
I'll take
homework.
it anyway. Well, if you want to find a really good place to find more of Christopher as well as more of us, why don't you check out Facebook? Come to our listener. We have a special group called Indiana Jones A Minute and a Listener's Crusade, and we're all there as well as several former guests of the show, and it's a lot of fun. Check it out.
And please check us out tomorrow when we discuss minute 32 of Temple of Doom here on the Indiana Jones Minute. Bats! Doesn't work.
Asian false vampire bats?